हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हो आप लोग। माई सेल्फ चेतन गर्ग, आई एम मास्टर टीचर here at Vedantu. I welcome you all to our RMO flashback series, and in today's session we will be discussing question number 4th and 5th of year 1999. One of these questions is from algebra and the other one is from inequalities. Both the questions are very easy and in fact are quite straightforward, right? I'm sure that you'll be able to solve this question on your own, right? So before starting the session, I'll just give you one information. All of you must be knowing that in this year, that is 2020-21, in spite of pre-RMO, IUQM is going to be conducted, right? Basically, the exams are same, just the name is changed. Okay, it's Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Maths, right? And for the same thing, we are starting a crash course that will start from first week of November, right? So all of you who are interested in preparing for pre-RMO exam, or that is IUQM this year, right? They can mail me their details on this email ID chetan.garg@vedantu.com, right? And kindly write the subject of the mail as pre-RMO crash course registration, right? This course is completely free of course. You do not need to pay even a single rupee to enroll in this batch. All you need to do is just mail me your these credentials, right? And if someone has already cleared pre-RMO or even RMO, currently we are running RMO and INMO batches here at Vedantu, right? So if you have cleared pre-RMO, you will be directly enrolled to RMO. And if you have already cleared RMO, you will be directly enrolled to INMO batches, right? All you need to do is just mail me your these credentials on this email ID along with the proof that you have cleared this exam, right? And even if you have any other academic achievement, that is if you have let's say NTSC, or if you are NSCGS cleared, then you can also mail the same proof to me on this email ID, right? So let's start our session. This is question number 4th of year 1999, and this is from algebra, and in fact this is a simple question, right? But yes, a very important question, and in fact most of the students have not scored full marks in this question, right? We will find out the reason why, right? So the question says that if PQR are the roots of this cubic equation, right? We need to prove something. We need to prove that P equal to Q equal to R, right? I suggest you to please just take 5 or 10 minutes of yours and please solve this question. I'm sure you'll be able to solve this question, right? But again, I'll request you to please see the solution, because I hope you'll make one mistake, right? So I'll start with the solution, right? Since PQ are the roots of this equation, so we can simply say that the sum of the roots P plus Q plus R, that will be 3P, right? Again, Witt's formula, and product of the roots will be PQR, that will be R cube, right? And in fact, this thing implies Q plus R is nothing but 2P, right? So one equation is this, one is this, right? And also PQR are the roots, so R is the root, R will satisfy this equation. So R cube minus R cube, that will get cancelled out, and what we will left with minus 3PR square plus 3Q square R, that will be equal to 0. This basically implies what? PR square, that will be equal to Q square R, right? So this is our third equation, right? So we want to cancel this R, but we need to make the cases, right? So case 1, if R is 0, right? If R is 0, because R can be 0, right, from this equation, if R is 0, then this Q will be nothing but 2P, right? Q will be 2P if R is 0, right? So okay, I'll write this here. Then Q will be equal to 2P if R is 0. And since P is also the root of the equation, so P cube minus 3P cube plus 3Q square P, that will be nothing but, that will be 0, because R was 0, right? So let's substitute the value of Q to be 2P. What we will get? We will get this minus 2P cube plus Q is 2P, 4 3 12 P cube, that is equals to 0, which is nothing but 10P cube equals to 0. This will simply imply P is 0, and which in turns will imply from here that Q is also 0, right? So if R is 0, we can see that P and Q both are 0. That will simply imply that P is equals to Q equals to R, right? So in this scenario, we can have all these things equals to all these PQR to be equal, right? And one more thing, if any of P or Q is 0, if any of P or Q is 0, then R has to be 0 for this thing to be true. And if Q and R both are 0, let's say if P or Q and R, one of P or Q and R is 0, then from this equation we can say all the three will be 0, right? So if apart from R equal to 0, if we have some situation in which P or Q is 0, then again all these three will be 0. In that scenario also, that will be P equal to Q equal to R, right? So we will see the next case when R is not equal to 0, right? So again I'll write these two equations once again. One equation was Q plus R equals to 2P, this one, right? So that was Q plus R, that is equal to 2P. That was first equation, right? And the second equation was PQR equal to R cube, this one, right? So PQR equals to R cube. And third one was this thing, PR square equals to Q square R, right? So third one was PR square equal to Q square R, right? And we are having a case 2 in which R is not equal to 0, right? So since R is not equal to 0, we can cancel out this thing, and we can also cancel out this R, right? So what we will get PQ equals to R square, right? And from here we will get PR equals to Q square, right? So now let's divide these two things, right? And we can easily divide because we have already considered that none of these is 0, right? Because if any one of these is 0, we have already considered those cases, right? So if we divide this thing, what we will get, P will get cancelled out with P, and that will imply Q cube is equals to R cube, right? This is what we get. Now one common mistake here which students commit is that they simply say that Q is equals to R, but this is not always true, because here it is not written that PQR are real, right? So again we will make three cases: case 1 when Q is equals to R, case 2 when Q is equals to R omega, and case 3 when Q equals to R omega square, right? In fact, second and third case are more or less similar, right? So let's consider when Q equals to R. When Q is equals to R, from this equation we can say that P will also be equals to Q, right? From this equation, from the very first equation, right? So in this case 1, we have proved that P is equals to Q equals to R. Now let's say if Q equals to R omega, right? And let's assume we are putting this Q equals to R omega in any one of these equations. Let's say we put in this equation, right? So PR equals to Q square, and Q is nothing but R omega, so it will become R square omega square, right? So one R will cancel out because we are already considering that R is not equal to 0. So we can say that P is nothing but R omega square, right? Let's substitute the value of Q and P in this equation, right? Q is nothing but R omega plus R, that is equal to twice of P. P is nothing but R omega square, right? And 1 plus omega is minus omega square, so minus R omega square, that is equals to 2R omega square, which will imply that 3R omega square is 0, right? And clearly omega square is not 0, it is a complex cube root of unity, so that will imply that R is equals to 0, right? But we have considered that R is not equal to 0, so this will basically yield a contradiction. So this case is not possible. And by the same logic, this case will also get rejected. Reason being again the same. Let's substitute the value of Q over here. So what we will get? We will get P R omega square, that is equals to R square, right? One R will cancel out. So P will be equal to R upon omega square, which is nothing but R omega, right? So again, let's substitute these values of P and Q in the very first equation. We will get Q, which is R omega square plus R, okay? That will be equal to 2P, twice of P, that is 2R omega, right? Again take R common, 1 plus omega square is minus of omega, that is 2R omega. So again we will from here we can also say that 3R omega equals to 0 will imply R equals to 0, but again this is not the case which we have considered, right? So again this case is rejected. So Q has to be equal to R, and in that scenario P is also equals to Q. So in both the cases P equals to Q equals to R, right? But still I'll rate this question as good question. Why? Because generally from this thing students directly claim that Q will be equal to R. Okay, but they didn't consider these two cases, right? And that was important in RMO, right? We need to consider each and every case. So I guess half of the marks, not maybe half, but maybe 1/3 of the marks may be deducted from because of this case, right? All right, so that was question 4th of year 1999. Let's proceed to question 5th, and this is of inequalities, as you can see, and this is a direct question of inequalities. If ABC are the sides of a triangle, we need to prove this inequality, right? And this is an easy thing. Let's assume the denominator as, let's say, c plus a minus b to be x. Clearly ABC are the sides of the triangle, so sum of any two sides is always greater than the third, so we can say that x is positive. Similarly, let's assume a plus b minus c, that is the second denominator, to be y, and let's assume the third denominator, that is b plus c minus a, to be z. And again, clearly ABC are the sides, so we can say that all these three x, y and z will be positive, right? So if you add first two, you will get 2a equals to x plus y. So that will simply implies that a is nothing but x plus y upon 2, right? And similarly, how will you get b? B is nothing but y plus z upon 2. You can add the last two, right? And similarly, c will be nothing but z plus x by 2, right? So our inequality gets reduced to x plus y upon 2, that is a, upon this x, plus similarly y plus z upon 2, and this is nothing but y, plus similarly z plus x upon 2, and this denominator is nothing but z. We need to prove that this thing is greater than or equal to 3. We need to prove this thing, right? Now let's separate x upon x, y upon y, z upon z. We will get half plus half plus half. So we get 3 by 2 plus what else we will get? Half of y by x plus z by y plus x by z, right? We need to prove that this whole thing, this is nothing but greater than or equal to 3. Now if you apply arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean on this part only, right? We can apply because all these numbers were positive, that means their ratios will also be positive. So we will simply get that this thing x upon y upon x plus z upon y plus x upon z upon 3, that will be greater than or equal to cube root of the product of this thing, which will be 1. So that is nothing but greater than or equal to 3. So 3 upon 2 plus this 3 upon 2, right? So we can say that is nothing but greater than, that is equals to 3. So the whole thing is greater than or equal to 3, right? This is what we need to prove. So as you can see, this is a simple question of arithmetic mean and AM greater than or equal to GM inequality. But yes, this substitution is important. And in fact, in a lot of questions, this type of substitution is important when we assume the denominator to be some other variable, right? And since that was cyclic, so that yield to some better inequality, right? So these were the two questions from year 1999. In the next session, we will discuss the next two questions of year 1999. And before ending, I'll give the information again that I have also given at the start of the session, that we are starting with the IOQM, that is pre-RMO crash course, from first week of November, right? The course will be completely free of cost, and all the syllabus, all the chapters will be covered, right? All you need to do is just mail me these credentials on this email ID, chetan.kark@vedantu.com. Kindly add the subject of the mail as pre-RMO crash course registration, right? And those who have already cleared pre-RMO, we can simply enroll you to RMO and INMO batches. Just mail me these credentials on this email ID, right? So that's it for today's session. We'll meet you in the next session. Till then, take a very good care of yourself. Thank you. Bye bye.